The Superflat world is as old as Minecraft itself. 1 bedrock, 2 dirt, and 1 grass, and yeah, there really isn't that much here. I don't know why anybody would spend a huge amount of time in this world when there's so many different Minecraft worlds you can play, and I'm making a Superflat world. Yeah, you should have seen that one coming. With only some villagers and many slimes, surviving 100 days in hardcore mode is definitely going to be a challenge. Hope you enjoy the video. If you do, then please consider liking. If we get to 3k, then I'll consider doing 200 days. And though 200k will be hard to hit by the end of the year, if you do go on to enjoy the video, then please consider doing it, because I would like to hit 200k sooner rather than later. And yeah, let's do this. Day 1, and there's slimes. Yeah, get used to seeing them. The early simple goal was to find myself some villages and grab the gear from there. There was one pretty much next to where I started. I was able to get the loot from the chests, some crops, wood, cobble, also a couple of animals that I needed. I pretty much just ransacked the place, I'm not gonna lie. But this is not enough for me to survive the 100 days, so I am going to need to find a new village and get some more stuff. A second nearby village did get me some more of the basics, but I still need more. The early goal was to find myself a library or find myself a blacksmith. There will be some goodies in there, that's if I can actually find them. I ran around a lot more on day 2, and I mean a lot more. The first village I found on this day honestly just sucked. Like, seriously, look at it, there's like nothing here. And then I just ran around for another 5 minutes or so, but there you go. Still sadly no luck. I really didn't find anything good here. And you'd think by day 3, 7 villages in, I'd have found at least 1 library or blacksmith, but you'd be very wrong. So very wrong. The amount of egg on your face right now is ridiculous. Seriously, get a shower. But it was lucky number village 8 or day 4, but this village ended up having both a library and a blacksmith. The library is pretty obvious. I want to get myself some books, because getting books is going to be a bit of a hassle in this world. As for the blacksmith, diamonds would be nice, but it's mainly obsidian I'm looking for, because it's the only way for me to be able to get into the nether and stuff. So let's just hope I son of a... There was a second village over here, but sadly I only had a library, which I'll still take the books. Then I'd assume on day 5 that dead villages would have had no loot in them. I am so very happy to be wrong. To break this down, 12 obsidian gives me enough for a portal and an enchant table if I use the 2 lava sources outside of the blacksmith. Also, the 2 diamonds in there means I can pretty much make an enchant table whenever I'm ready. There's also a saddle for a horse. Honestly, it was the perfect blacksmith chest. Now, all we need to do is find ourselves a new village and make a base nearby, just because it would be easier to stay by a village and get myself some trades. Just want to put on the record that I'm not salty that I ended up finding a village that had 2 blacksmiths shortly afterwards. Not like either of the chests were fantastic. Seriously, both of these chests suck. But since this is an active good village, I guess it is time for me to set up shop. Wandering trader, you say? No sugarcane, but there was birch sapling, so I'll definitely take that. Also, there's a couple of slimes. Get used to them, and get used to them being very annoying. But I'll try my best to not get attacked by every slime on the planet, so what I'm going to do is set up the Great Walls of Haven. I guess it'll be the Great Box of Haven, but then you get the point. And so I spent the day chopping wood, placing planks, clearing out as many slimes as I could, and by the night it was almost done. I decided before I went to sleep that I actually wanted to light out my little compound, make it a bit of a safe haven. You get it? Haven? Like me? Yeah? I'm so lonely. What I will say on day 7 is that if I am wanting to survive 100 days in this world, then I'm obviously going to need to get myself a lot of food. Lucky for me, during the first couple of days, I was able to get myself all the crops that I needed, and so let's get ourselves a farm set up. I didn't want to do it inside the compound, because let's be honest for a second, it's barely 50 blocks wide. Don't need all of that to be covered by, you know, crops. And so I started expanding the compound that I had. The plan was to make a circle around a single water source. That way, if I ever wanted to lift the water source, it should knock out all of the crops very easily. I worked out how far the water could go. I started getting a bunch of fences in. I even added a couple of extra blocks to make it look a bit more fancy, and I started planting said crops. Even started adding a couple more water sources around to keep all the crops watered. Of course the slimes got in the way. Of course the slimes got in the way. They're all over the gaff. Now on day 9 there was something else that I wanted to sort out, and that is I wanted an iron farm. Getting a very early and large access to iron in this world I felt like would be really useful for me, so I decided to get to work on that early. There wasn't too much I could do for now, but at least I could bring these 3 villages over and put them inside of my compound. Now to get myself a little bit of wood. Not gonna lie, do need a decent bit of it. Oh, I also added some lanterns to the farm, just because why not? Make everything look nice. But I was refocusing on the iron farm on day 10. Pretty much I was just collecting everything and putting it into a single chest that I needed. The only 2 things that I need to actually complete this farm is A, I need myself a name tag, which I could get from trading, and B, require iron. Ironically. I'm gonna edit in a drum thing that's gonna make it super funny. Need to make myself some hoppers for this build. But I am am still needing food, so I will have to focus on the farm, split my tasks up, and well, we are getting close to filling out these farms. So on day 11, let's focus on the extras we needed. Killing these iron golems is admittedly pretty cruel, but it is the only way for me to get iron in this world at this point. And then I got working on some trades. I need to max out a librarian to get myself a name tag, and yeah, this is definitely going to take a few emeralds. Even with all these sticks, I'm not even close to getting the librarian to his max level. And so I'm going to return to chopping myself some wood. Now, my compound does have quite a few trees, admittedly, but it does still take a lot of the day to bring them all down. At least I have all the wood that I'll ever need. A little extra thing that I did do on day 12 is I noticed a weaponsmith was offering a sharpness 1 and breaking 1 iron sword, so that seemed like a pretty decent investment. But then it was back to the trading to see if I can get the librarian upgraded. Have I mentioned that I absolutely hate the slimes? Because I'm not sure if I have, and if I haven't, I hate the slimes. Admittedly, once I got past the first layer of trading with the librarian, it was honestly smooth sailing. It may have taken all day, but the trade is now unlocked. Get myself a couple emeralds and we're good to go. So on day 13, I got myself the name tag. New problem, however, I never really considered how exactly I'm going to, use the name tag. I don't have an anvil, nor do I have an easy access to iron. Well, I may as well make what I can do for now and figure out the iron situation later, so I got to work making the iron farm. I had it mostly completed by day 14. I just need 3 more hoppers and of course the anvil, and then it will be completed. These 2 golems over here got me 8 more iron, which, I'll definitely take it. But what I can do is head out into the world to see if I can find myself some new villages and take out some golems that way. I mean, it worked out on the first day where I got my first golem pretty quickly. The best thing about day 15, though, finding another village with obviously more iron golems, was I actually found myself a horse. I've had a saddle in a dream since like day 4, so this is fantastic. Me and my nobles team would ride many blocks across this world. Oh yeah, I also got enough iron for the golem, so it's time for us to head back. At least I can make the hoppers. I don't have enough for the anvil, but we'll get there. So on day 16, I got the hoppers then. Did make a small mistake. I obviously need to get a zombie in here, and I may have just slept, so which means the day is now fresh. So sadly, I am going to have to wait until night again. I guess whilst we're waiting, I'll grab myself a little bit of wood. Though when the night did hit, everything that could go wrong pretty much did go wrong. I got myself a zombie, and then a better zombie showed up. Then a creeper exploded, and this zombie had a shovel, so of course it did damage. I was able to get him into the piston, but I kept messing up the flame, and overall, not a great time. I was able to get him down though, so we have a zombie officially in the farm. The best part about this contraption on day 17, because this guy has armor and a shovel, I actually don't need to use my name tag anymore. Also, it's already working like pretty much straight away, so this is honestly fantastic. I can use the iron that I already have to make myself a bit of armor. I then quickly grabbed myself some food and checking the iron farm a couple minutes later, and the zombie is gone. He despawned. Now I don't have any understanding of why this could happen, because my understanding was that if he had armor and was holding an item, he just wouldn't naturally despawn, but apparently that isn't the case. What this does mean is that I do need to get myself an anvil, and yeah, remember that armor that I just made? It means I have very little iron on me. I guess we're back to murdering golems this day. The good news is it only took until the next day, or day 18, for me to get the 36 iron needed. I did need an original name for the zombie. Ah, perfect. And now we play the waiting game. Guess I'll grab some more wood whilst I'm waiting. Think I got some? Think I got enough? Alright then. The pain of doing this for a second time for the record, not very fun. I nearly died like 2 or 3 times. It was definitely a certified egg on face moment. But he is in the contraption. Here's hoping it'll actually stick this time. I mean, I did name him. There's no reason why he should despawn. So on day 19, the iron golem is back up and running. There are some golems actually spawning outside on the floor next to it, but I don't think that's a problem at this point. For now, let's plant some saplings. And when I say some, I mean quite a bit. I think we're good for our sapling planting, at least that's my opinion. I was also able to make full iron armor. I know, I'm looking cool. Anyway, I've had the obsidian for a while. Why don't we go ahead and check out the nether? I didn't have any flint on me, so I did have to do it Skyblock style. I was waiting for quite a while here. Really missing the days when gravel-pathed villages were a thing. You're probably asking me the same question that I asked myself on day 20, and that was, why did I make the nether portal one too long? And I honestly don't know. Also, I'm really about to embarrass myself on this day. As I was entering the nether, I was fully expecting it to be super flat as well. I don't know why, but for this entire time, I've always thought super flat applied to the nether as well. Again, I have no reason why. Apparently, this has never been a thing, but in my head, that was just the case. To be fair though, I only wanted to check out the nether, so I immediately returned home. The ultimate goal is to get myself some quartz, because I want to build with quartz in the future, but that is going to require me to get a very good pickaxe. And so I started trading away with an armor smith. Why did I trade with an armor smith to make a pickaxe? Well, the simple answer is I genuinely don't know. I did grow myself a couple of brain cells though on day 21. I actually made myself a toolsmith. I did a few more trades, getting some more iron along the way, and I was able to get myself an efficiency 2 iron pickaxe trade, which honestly, I'll take that. After being able to to combine two together, and honestly, for what I want, this actually works perfectly. That being said, trading with weaponsmiths and toolsmiths and everything is going to require iron, so me actually having golems spawning across the floor, unfortunately, that's not going to work for me. I am fully aware that iron golems can't spawn in solid water sources, so the plan actually was to make a little bit of a lake area around the iron farm, and hopefully that'll clear out all the spawning on the ground below. It took me the rest of day 21 and part of day 22, but a hole has been dug out. Let's wet it up. Gotta be a better way to say that, my god. Now, I'm hoping it will stop the iron golems from spawning down below, like I said, but I don't want it to just be on the outside of the compound. I may as well get some wood and extend the compound to actually circle around the lake. And on day 23, well, this is your 4-day reminder that slimes are terrible, and I'm going to do something that the kids call genocide if they keep it up. It was a slow process, but god, I really hope this works. And it only took me a single day to realize, oh boy, it is working. And with this iron, we could do a couple more trades. I was able to get myself a diamond pickaxe now. I'm not 100% sure I'll need it at this point, since I already do have 2 efficiency 2 on breaking 2 iron pickaxes, but hey, at least it's still nice to have. I want to point out here, by the way, that whilst I am typing notes, you can see behind me up in the iron farm that there are golems indeed spawning and dying away, so this is definitely working a lot better since I put the lake in. Though if I wanted to start my build on day 25, I'm going to need said quartz, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm going to need a decent amount, so I was into the nether and I was mining all the quartz that I could find. It is worth pointing out, by the way, that there is a nether fortress basically next to me, so that's going to be useful in the future. Day 26, and I got myself return to sender. Isn't that nice? Anyway, thanks to the spawn of the location I was in, I was able to fill my inventory with quartz relatively quickly. I was able to return home, and using the quartz that I had, I can start building my build. Now, I knew from the get-go that I wasn't able to complete the build with this little quartz, but I was able to get a start, like I say. To give you an idea, here's the base, and here's how high it goes, and I'm going to need a lot of quartz to build it, especially with how long it is as well. May have underestimated the quartz I did these though, because geez, this is gonna take a lot. Good thing is I have 70 days to go, and it's not a priority to make this build. For now, we'll make a bit of a water source around it. I'm not sure if you call it a lake or a moat, but I got it finished by the night nevertheless. And on 28, well, 28 was a dumb day, I'm not gonna lie. I built a bridge, and it wasn't a complex one, it wasn't a fancy one, it was just this one. The idea was to make it kind of like a drawbridge, where if I was able to push a button, then sticky pistons from underneath it would pull the blocks away so nothing could get in whenever I didn't want them to. What you need to know about me is that I have certain skills in Minecraft that are really, really good. Redstone is absolutely 100% not one of them. It was a whole mess, and it took all day. This was a disaster of a day, my goodness. I did something I am good at though on day 29, which is farming. You'd be bad at farming, I don't know. I don't have the redstone put in yet, but this is what I mean when I say I put the water down, it removes all the blocks. I just need to replant them, and honestly, it'll be good to go. And with that done, I think I need to go and get myself some bookshelves. I'd love to get myself a full enchanter setup, so let's do as many trades as possible. By the end of the day, I was able to get 7 out of the 15 bookshelves needed, but sadly I am out of trades at this point. So I was back to wood shopping on day 30, got all but 1 bookshelf needed. And thanks to some not so friendly iron golems, seriously that was very rude, I was able to make the last trade. At this point in time, it is a pretty basic enchanter. Hopefully I'll find the time to make it a bit better, or maybe even move it to my main base when the time comes. And on day 31, I'm Alex today, because apparently Minecraft had a problem with its skins, and who cares? So the plan was to make the enchanting table, finally may I add. However, in Superflat there is no such thing as an easy feat. So I had to get myself some cobblestone, if it would stop burning that is, make myself a grindstone, then I had to go to the nether to mine the corner of the nether portal to be able to get myself enough obsidian, quickly run over to the village to sell my goods of course, just so I'd be able to buy 12 pieces of lapis and do 4 enchants. Was able to get myself fortune free, so honestly it was just another day in Superflat, let's be honest. Day 32 and it was back to the nether yet again. I wanted to load up on quartz again. As you've seen by the build, I have so much to go, so let's just get mining away. I'll do a daily update, but since I have to go much further out, this honestly was a bit of a pain. I got about a third way done this day. By 34, I was only a few stacks away from being done, so I was hopefully going to be able to complete today. And I was correct with that assumption. It took me a couple of minutes for me to get the last couple of stacks. And when I got back on day 35, I made myself the quartz and I started building away. I actually did the maths at this point. The build is 25 blocks high. I have to go up 75 times, which means I need about 1,875 pieces of quartz, or about 29.3 stacks. I currently have 394 quartz, which means I only have 1.5k to go when it comes to quartz blocks. That's about 5 full inventories of quartz blocks, so isn't that great? Really didn't know what I signed up for, let's be honest. Well, let's at least get the quartz down that I do have. This tower is going to kill me. Literally, like I seriously fell from here and nearly died. That would have been embarrassing. So I wanted to break the quartz mining up, so on around day 36, I decided to chop myself some wood, got a decent amount I'd say, and I started training away. The goal was for me to get myself some diamond armor and a diamond sword. Fun fact, I did enable the new 20.2 trading system, and that actually is much more of a burden than you expect, as not only did I not get a full trading set of armor from this villager, I also need to have diamonds to buy diamond armor, and I 100% don't have diamonds as is, so yeah, not good. The good news at least is I can get looting free on this sword, so let's go enchant. Nope. 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 Yep, saw that one coming. Though I don't have the diamonds, I am going to need to make myself some diamond armor traders, so I started getting as many armor traders as I could on day 37. I can't do a lot of trades, but I can at least start doing the trades with the iron that I had to upgrade them a little bit. But with that plan done, I actually wanted to plan for the future. I was actually unsure whether strongholds could actually spawn in the flatlands or not, but I am willing to give it a go, so I killed some endermen. It took no time at all for me to actually be able to get myself enough ender pearls, and it was on day 38 that I returned to the fortress, just to get myself some blaze rods so I can get out of here. I guess I'll also take the free wither skull and the nether wart too, which was pretty nice. 10 blaze rods later, it did cost me my golden pants, RIP I know, but we can return back home. The emerald grind never stops on day 39, but eventually I will get that full diamond, eventually being the key word. Now let's test out that stronghold theory. The eye does shoot in a location, so maybe it works? So let's find out. On day 40, I took my noble steed and headed out. It was a ways away, but then in the sky, I found it. Now it is very high up here, so it is going to take me a minute to get up here, but I was able to get up here and check the libraries. To be honest with you, there really wasn't anything too worthwhile, at least if I ever need books, it's right here. But it's good to know that whenever I am ready, I can just pop straight into the end and go kill the dragon. For now, let's head home. It's quite the trip, man. I decided though on day 41, instead of going to the end, I think we should do another quartz run. Get me all that quartz. Ah, lava, my enemy. No problem, of course. I've outlived you plenty of times thanks to my healthy potatoes. Man, my health's getting a bit low. No. No, no, no. Stop. No. Alright, cool. This grind and all future grinds are pretty much the same thing of me mining quartz over and over again, so I'm just gonna skip them. Here we are on day 44 with an inventory full of quartz. Getting back home, it was night by the way, so let's quickly take a nap. And it was on day 45 when we got back to placing quartz. I guess I should quickly explain the build. Now forgive me for how I'm about to explain this, but basically I'm building something that I call Haven Tower. Basically, if you've ever seen Teen Titans, you know how they have a tower called Teen Tower, which is a T? Well, basically Haven Tower is that, but instead of a T, it's a H. Once you see the finished product, you'll know exactly what I mean. I did keep messing up by placing stuff where I wasn't meant to place it, so there was a lot of placing and replacing this day. Once I did finish with the quartz, I was actually waiting until the night because I realized I didn't have a bow and I should get myself some string. Could have saved myself 2 or 3 minutes if I just looked in this chest and found this free string right here. Day 46 in the iron farm is fantastic. I love this thing. Usually I have basically an infinite supply of trade, so I'm going to keep getting the iron and doing that. It's slow progress, but we are slowly upgrading these armor boys. Hopefully we'll be able to get full diamond at some point. I'll also be able to buy myself a bit of lapis. It is time for me to enchant myself a bow. Did take a couple of attempts, but I was able to get myself infinity. Also looting free, isn't that cool? Now call it insane, ridiculous confidence or whatever you want, but I'm fairly confident, even with my full iron armor, I'm fairly confident I could kill the dragon. And so I headed back into the world. I will like to point out that I'm not bringing my horse because this is a one-way journey and I'm not planning on coming back. And here I am getting there by night and getting to the end portal where I realize I haven't got the eyes, so that means I'm going to have to head back. I know, it's what I do. A good 15 minutes later and we are back. It is now day 47. I decided that I like to do things on set days, so I'm going to wait until day 48 to kill the dragon. Day 48, and let me be 100% clear to all casual or new Minecraft players, the dragon fight with unenchanted iron armor is a bad idea. 9 times out of 10, if you are not ready for this fight, you will die. However, a couple of things I want to point out is that I used to be a PvP Minecraft gamer, and I've probably done this dragon fight about 1,000 times in my life, so hitting the crystals and killing the dragon is basically a rite of passage for me. Like usual, even with the iron armor, it legitimately was no problem. So the dragon was down. I'll take those 70 levels, don't mind if I do, and I got myself the egg. Isn't that nice? I made the call on day 49 to quickly return home and quickly get myself some new armor enchants. Also decided to make myself some fresh armor because I don't want it to break anytime soon. Admittedly, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than what my armor originally was. And so let's head back to the end yet again because I want to see about finding myself some end cities. And it was by day 50 I got myself back into the end. Got myself very good at this throw, by the way. If I was a foot taller, I'd be playing basketball, not Minecraft. Anyway, after a solid 2 hours of searching, I found myself an end city. However, this end city didn't have a ship. Now, under normal circumstances, that actually would be quite annoying for me, but to be 100% honest with you, I'm not actually looking for an elytra. I'm actually looking for Shulker shells. Want to point out, by the way, even with this good enchanted iron armor, they do a lot of damage. My goodness. My theory was that if I could could get myself some shulker shells and get myself some shulkers, then when the next time I go quartz mining, then I should be able to load those shulkers up with quartz, which means I will only have to do one long trip rather than 2 or 3 short ones. But that's just a theory. A game theory. Oh, god damn it. So after faffing around a little bit, killing myself some shulkers, I got myself 6 shells. I think that'll be enough. Let's head home. 'Twas 57 by the time I got home. It was nice. On day 58, I was able to upgrade my horse with some diamond horse armor. He deserves it for being the guy. But there's a reason why I went into the end and grabbed those shulkers. It's time for me to go into the nether to spend a lot of time in there. I do need to get myself some food though, so let me quickly cook some potatoes. Yeah, thanks Sam. So to the nether I go. I need to fill the 3 boxes of quartz, and believe it or not, this did take a minute. Here we are on day 61 where I was able to fill the first shulker box with quartz. It took about another hour, but here we are on day 64 where we got ourselves the second shulker filled, and it was by day 66 where I filled shulker box 3. The annoying part was I put down the shulkers to show you this, and then I broke my pickaxe picking them back up. Not a good time for me. Anyway, let's head home. Day 67, and imagine having a 1.21 auto craft. It would make this so much easier. Soon, boys. Very soon. For now, I got myself plenty of quartz. Will it be enough? Well, let's find out. First things first, let me quickly re-grab myself a pickaxe. Kind of need that, you know? And then I got to work placing all the blocks on Haven Tower. I had so much quartz to place that I was still placing it the next day, though it was on this day that I actually finished the walls. Maybe I forgot about doing the roof, so maybe I don't have enough quartz to finish it off just yet. I got a little bit in it. I mean, it'll do, I guess. Definitely need to light it up though, so I quickly made myself some charcoal and started lighting up Haven Tower. I wanted to get this out of the way as quick as possible though, so here we are on day 69 where I went back into the nether to mine some quartz. Would like to point out that my new pickaxe does not have fortune 3 on it, so it is going to be a bit slower than usual, but I don't think I need too much quartz, so hopefully it won't be that bad. By the end of the day, I had a decent amount, so I decided, hey, let's head back. But it was on day 70 where I got to work on the roof, and I had just the perfect amount. Seriously, if I had any less, I wouldn't have been able to do it. The next thing I need is, well, glass. Now, getting sand in this world is in theory possible thanks to wandering traders, but I'd be able to get like 5 at a time, so yeah, that wouldn't work. Lucky for me, librarians actually trade glass if you get them high enough. Unfortunately, the librarian, I already have dozens, so I am going to have to upgrade another librarian. Gonna need myself some more emeralds though, so it was back to the wood chopping again. Remember to plant your saplings, boys. Mr. Beast did it. It's not a trend. So on 71, let's get some trades done. Not too bad. The glass trades are quite nice. I get a lot quite quickly. I've decided to go with white glass panes. I'm hoping it'll look good on the front of Haven Tower. After placing the 2 stacks of panes that I had, I would say I'm about 80% done, so I need about 4 stacks to finish all of it, I would say. 72 and 73 was pretty much just me trading away, getting as much glass as possible. I also had to spend a little bit of time at night killing skeletons. I didn't have any bones on me, and well, I need some white, so I got myself killing some skeletons. But it was by day 74 that I had all of the glass put in. I can officially confirm that the actual outside of the tower is complete. So with the outside done, why don't we get the inside done? Make it look good, and I could probably sell this place for a fortune. I decided birch would be fantastic for the flooring, so I got myself plenty of birch slabs and started placing them away. It will take a few, but we'll get there. The unfortunate realization on day 75 is that I didn't really have any birch trees. I only had the couple that I've had out this entire time, and so unfortunately it's a little bit of a waiting game whilst I wait for this to grow. Day 78, and I may have got a little overkill with the birch trees, but that's fine. Let's get some slabs and slab it up. Oh god, that was lame. There was a lot to do here. I was still getting stuff done the next day. With the floors in though, we are doing alright. I just need to add some details and we'll be good to go. I finished clearing out the floor on day 80. I'm gonna need myself some cobble since I decided that would be the perfect flooring for the bottom floor, so I had to grind away using the cobblestone generator. Haven't touched this thing in a while. And it was by the next day that I had all of the cobblestone in. Now, of course, the next step for this tower is that I need to get myself some glowstone. My noble steed has gone to the nether, by the way. Guess he just needed a vacation. But I got myself plenty of glowstone and headed back. I wanted to add some sort of custom lights to this build, so the plan was to put some glowstone on some fences and then add some trapdoors to it. I'm hoping it'll look good, and obviously with the light it'll stop mobs from spawning in as well, so I like it. And it was by 82 that I got myself the lights in. I've never really used glowstone for a build like this, and I quite like it. Now for the next few days, I actually got myself working up, spicing up the place. The plan was to make each unique floor its each unique thing, aka here's the chest room, here's me working on the bedroom. I did one of the bottom floors to make a bit of a spot for my noble steed. Let's have a quick run round. I don't think I've done a bit of a live bit this video, so it's kind of cool to do that. Ignore the fact that I'm Alex, by the way. There's something going on over this past week where my skin is just Alex, so I guess for this particular video, I'm just Alex. Right then, so welcome to Haven Towers. Now I'd like to mention that it's still in progress. I haven't got it all completed, but I still think I've got a lot completed. We have 2 rooms to start off with. We can obviously go to the right, and if you go to the right, then obviously you'll see our good noble steed. He's in here. There's some nice food for him if he ever needs, and obviously all the usual stuff is right there. Then you have the reception area. This is Marco. Everybody say hello to Marco. Nice little waiting area over here in case you would like to wait around. Now, at Haven Towers, we don't really believe in the usual stuff of ladders and stairs, so instead we use this water stream. This is one of the rooms. There's only 2 rooms in the entire tower that doesn't have anything in it yet. I do have future plans, but that would require me to do 200 days, so if you want to see me do 200 days, please let me know, because I really enjoy doing this. Here is the main area. So like I said, this room here, technically, I haven't done anything with, but this is the resident bat, just ignore him. But yeah, this pretty much is just like a nice little area with a table, got some art and stuff. It's relatively basic, but I quite like it for what it is. If we go up to the top floor on the right, and we have a little caged area. Now, this is private, so I'm like giving you a sneak peek here. Captured this specimen. We don't know what this is. We have the emergency flint and steel just in case we need it. If you go in here, you have a nether portal. Now, what I've realized about this nether portal is that there's no way to actually reach it. I guess you can do that now. What I'll do I have stairs? Oh, I used the last of the stairs. I guess you could do that. I need 2 stairs to put there and there. But this room is classified. I actually let you don't go into this room unless absolutely necessary. That pretty much sums up the left tower. So let's go and look at the right towers. We've already looked at the noble steed. Going up into the next room, this is our storage area. Now, to be 100% honest with you, I actually haven't filled the storage area yet. They're all empty chests. All my stuff is still into the Haven compound over there. But yeah, I will eventually fill these things up and call this an officially successful storage area. Go to the top, which should be my bedroom. This is the general area, by the way. I probably should expand this map. This is pretty much what you're looking at around here. Obviously, you have the spare armors that I've got over this 100 days. A nice little bookshelf area. This is officially my sleeping quarters now at the top of the tower. And then I can obviously look down on my... There's a pillager attack. Oh, I could do a raid. Oh, I should definitely do a raid. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to this entire time. Are they entering Haven Tower? They are entering Haven Tower. Well, let's deal with this quickly. This is pretty much the biggest build I think I've ever done, and it's still not 100% completed. Only authorized personnel are okay to enter Haven's Tower. And you guys aren't authorized. Now, we could pretty much go ahead and do a raid, which will be very fun. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But this is the big build. It's mostly done. I'm going to add some more details to the outside. I'm hoping all the grass will keep growing, but I don't think I think I may have messed this up because there's the only grass growing on that side. Oh, no, you could do it over here. It's just going to take a while. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the build. It's not fully 100% done. I will work on it more if I get the chance to, but right now, we only have 12 days left. I want to do a raid. I want to kill a wither. Let's get that done. And so, with a fresh day 89, I decided to do the raid. Now, this was one of the best and most fun raids I think I've done in a very long time. I would say it's the best raid that anyone has ever done ever. Those people who have said that may forget that they're only wearing mostly iron armor, so damage was of course going to happen. I nearly died multiple times, but thanks to the iron golems, I was able to hold out. I actually got the raid completed, and then after the raid completed, I actually popped my first totem, because of course it happened after the raid. Hey, we still got it done. I had 4 totems left over by day 90, which was pretty good, I'd say. And with the 1 wither skull that I have, I say we get 2 more and see if we can make ourselves a beacon. Need to quickly get myself some food, though. Yeah, I think I've got myself enough food. Yeah, just a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 spare. So I guess it's time for us to go into the nether. Now, despite having looting free, it took me quite a few days for me to actually get the 2 skulls. We're talking 4 days, but I did get the 2nd skull by day 95. I then headed home. And to ruin what is one of my favorite videos in a while, I sadly didn't record the actual wither fight on the next couple of days. Very sorry in advance. I literally stopped the recording to make some notes and then just never started again, but I was able to kill the wither. It's also worth knowing that I redid my armor and also got the beacon in there. It took me 3 totems to kill the wither as well, which was an amazing fight. I'm really annoyed that you didn't get to see it, but if I am wanting to make this tower perfect, I will need a 2nd beacon to put on the other side. Maybe 200 days. If you enjoyed the video, then again, maybe press the like. We'll see. That being said, up until day 100, I pretty much just did a bit more design work on Haven Tower to make it look a bit better. Let me know what you think below, and of course, thank you for watching this 100 days.